Failure is actually that thing that makes you feel like giving up. It's that thing that come to challenge you. It's that thing that drain your energy. It's that thing that make you feel you are not succeeding. You need to fail really if you want to succeed. In fact, you should be after failure, right? And anytime you fail, you should be happy that yes, you are moving. The fact that you fail is a sign that you are moving forward. See, when you fail, when you have attempted doing something and you are not successful at it, or you didn't get it right, so that's a signal that you need to try again. The journey. The same thing as applicable to failure. Failure is also a journey. You are not a failure, but you become a failure when you don't try anymore. But it depends on the energy you give it. It depends on how much you try. Good day to you. Today is the 27th of our live video session. Today we're going to be looking at this same topic we did yesterday. Failure must be appreciated. The reason why we are revisiting this topic is the fact that yesterday network was so bad. I ended the session, I didn't even know what was happening, and I just couldn't play it myself. I'm sorry about those who wanted to join our live session yesterday, because that was actually network problem. Now today we're going to be repeating. In fact, I said so many things in the in the video, right? In the conversation, I said so many things, so many instances, and myself, I felt so bad that I couldn't just listen, because most times after I finish my video here, I also sit back and listen to it again, right? I learn from what I'm doing, so that if there's one or two ways I can change, I can always do that. And you watching me right now, if you're enjoying my sessions, please always do well to comment whatever your observations are. They are very, very important to me. So let's get started. Always, before we get started, we usually use some kind of words, kind of like a proverb, I will call it, or like whatever it is that will encourage us. I want to tell you today that, but this is from me, that failure is what you need to succeed. And until you learn to embrace failure to your heart, then there's every possibility that you might never ever succeed. So what are we saying today? We are talking about failures and how they are very, very important and relevant to your journey. Failure is actually that thing that makes you feel like giving up. It's that thing that come to challenge you. It's that thing that drain your energy. It's that thing that make you feel you are not succeeding, right? So you don't give in, because in most cases you found out that they are like building blocks. There are steps you need to climb. If you want to succeed, actually, failure are climbing steps you need to climb to be able to get to your destination. But for most people, they don't look at it like that. So from today, and I'm going to be giving you some tips actually, so that you understand that you need to fail really if you want to succeed. In fact, you should be after failure, right? And anytime you fail, you should be happy that yes, you are moving. The fact that you fail is a sign that you are moving forward. Like somebody said, that you should fail forward. Always, that's the most important thing about failing. Each time you fail, you should fail forward. Always failing forward. Now, what is the meaning of failing forward? Somebody might ask. You see, when you fail, when you have attempted doing something and you are not successful at it, or you didn't get it right, so that's a signal that you need to try again. That's a signal that that direction you are going probably is not the right direction. That's a signal that the way you are doing it, you might need to change it a little bit, right? It's an information. But now, instead of you to gather the information within the failure, because for every failure that hits you, it's coming like a warning. It's coming to give you feedback on what you are doing. That's why I tell people, you should appreciate that you failed, because it's only telling you that this is the way to do it. When you are a kid trying to grow up, and even if you are not a kid, probably you are grown up now like me, but there's a lot of steps that I'm taking right now that might not be right for me. Maybe in my business, maybe in my relationship, my family, my whatsoever it is. But the truth is, there's always people that know something that you don't know. You see, success is a journey. The same thing as applicable to failure. Failure is also a journey. Now, but you are not a failure, but you become a failure when when you don't try anymore. I don't believe anybody should fail in life, because whosoever you are, you have ideas, you have opportunities around you, you have so many resources around you that you should be able to use. You should be able to know how to use them to your advantage so that you can succeed, right? But it depends on the energy you give it. It depends on how much you try. For me, I have already understood that the possibility of you succeeding means that you have to try again and again. Another important thing I want you to notice from trying again is that what exactly are you trying, right? Because for most people, it is not even clear to them what they are trying at. They don't really have a particular thing they are trying for, or whatever that failure that hits them, there's no specific target on why that failure is hitting them. And that's why it might be very difficult for you to determine how to learn from those failures. And it will be difficult for you to be able to learn forward. If I look at successful people, there are so many of them that have failed forward. Not so many of them, all of the successful persons you've seen, they have actually failed, but they failed forward instead of failing back. For most of the general totality of people that I've observed in the society, instead of failing forward, they fell backward, meaning that after trying 1, 2, 3, 4 times, depends on you gave up at a time. And so once you give up, what it means is that you failed but backward. Now, for every failure, let me tell you something. For every failure comes with it the seed, an opportunity seed that can push you to your promised land. But if you refuse to see it, meaning that if you refuse to look at that failure critically, I'm an e-commerce guy. I sell products online, right? That's my main business. I also do real estate, right? So, but then what I always do is that each time, like in the past, I try to sell some properties. So I noticed that I almost closed some worth a lot of money. But at the end of the day, the client stay cold and pull back. Now, there were certain mistakes that I did in the process. While I sat with somebody who is well knowledgeable about the real estate, I began to narrate, okay, this is how far me and the client went. This is how we did it. This is how we did it. And at the end of the day, this was what happened. The client never responded to me, even when he or she has already requested for the account details of the real estate company to pay. So what actually happened? I had to go for a seminar on this, and I used the opportunity to ask the question. I might not narrate to you what actually I did in the process, but there are certain things I said carelessly that I didn't know that made the transaction to go down, and that would have worth a lot of money. So I failed there. Why? Because I didn't know. And again, this should be a big lesson to you. For most of us, once we fail, we begin to point fingers to our village people, to somebody that doesn't like us, maybe to your boss, because your boss is telling you are not doing it right. Now you begin to point fingers. Nigeria as a country is failing not only because of the leaders. Of course, they have their own share of the blame, but for most of us that are even blaming the leaders, let us just get the opportunity, and you know that you are already a failure. Even where you are right now, your lifestyle, what you do and how you are doing it, it tells a lot about how you are failing backward, not failing forward. So what am I saying in essence? When I began to analyze that transaction that didn't go through well, then I went for a seminar and I pulled this question, and they say, wow, you did this. That was the problem. That was the problem. And let me even tell you, by the way, what I did. I was telling the customer to first send money to my own account before I can now credit the money to the real estate company account, which was wrong. Now, in a lot of ways, I look at it like this client is used to me, so there's transparency, and it never occurred to me that was a wrong move. I would have just and I had nothing to hide. I was not actually about like trying to cheat him or anything, but I say, oh, if you are requesting for the account details, you can make the payment here. When you come to meet me, I take you to real estate company, then I transfer the money to them. But I wanted to take charge, of course, because I believe if this money is coming through me, at least the real estate company should understand that this money is from me and I send it to them. So, but this is my client. Now, unknown to me that the client felt like, well, this is your account, but the property is not yours, and it's not mine. So that was one of the biggest mistakes I did as a novice in the field. But I learned from it, right? That's silly, actually. But to a layman, because it's not my business, I've never done it. That was the first time I'll be trying. So, the second time it came, you can imagine what will happen. So, what I'm saying in essence is that even when I left my job, my lecturing job, for some of you that are watching me for the first time, I was a lecturer in the university. And that's one of the most biggest job that a lot of people look up to. Even probably you are watching me right now, maybe that's what you are pushing for. You want to graduate with first class, second class, whatever it is. You want to get PhD, masters, and so that you can have a lecturing job. Now people like me are telling you that I got the job, but I left. Why? Because it was not it doesn't look like what I wanted for myself as a future. Now, if in any way you have a dream or you have something in you that you want, actually, I am telling you that you can achieve it. It might be tough, yes, it's never ever easy. But one thing I found out is that even that job you are doing is never gonna be easy, by the way. So you need to choose your heart. Do you want to stay back or you want to move? Do you want to fail backward or you want to fail forward? Now for me, I choose failing forward. When I left my job, it took a toll on me. I had to be struggling with learning, I had to be struggling with finances, and to make the case worse, some people already depended on that little money I was getting. So everything became very tough. So but I had to keep doing it. And even as much as possible as I tried to do whatever I was learning, e-commerce, it was tough for me. I was not figuring it out easily. I don't even know how some of the things work, but I vowed that, look, I need to do this. Just like I vowed that I want to also make 1,000 videos for 1,000 days live here on Facebook. You are watching me. My name is AA Kabir. If you are joining me for the first time, we're going to be doing this for 1,000 days, and today is day 27, right? So now what I'm saying in essence is that yesterday, for example, I did a video on you must learn to appreciate failure. But the video failed woefully because network, it seems like I don't know what happened, but I just could not detect. The video was not playing at all. So you can see I'm here today again. Instead of me to feel frustrated, instead of me to feel, oh, whatever I've said there, I've wasted my time. No, I need to come back. If it's my network that was the problem yesterday, today I need to correct it and also do it again. And another sense I have there is that, do you know, as I'm talking about these topics now, in addition to what I said yesterday, I'm also having new ideas added to it, and the topics look better to me, and I'm flowing much better than yesterday. So you see, that's the sense. The essence of failure is, like I said, to reinforce that habit you are trying to build, to make you better, and to make it look like it's easy to do. Because the first time you be trying anything at all, if you are told you are trying anything in your life, it will be difficult and hard. It might be tough. You might not even understand it at all. Whereas the people that have been doing it, they found it very easy. They already had the mental flow. If you have not watched my video on mental flow, quickly look at some of the videos you have done in the past. Like, there's a way you will try something so much that you are so used to it, you can close your eyes right there and do it. And that's one of the secrets to success. You have to, once you have located that, you have already seen that this is what I want to do, then you need to find a way to do it again and again and again and again. Even these live sessions you see me doing every day is taking me somewhere. I just mentioned 2 of my businesses to you now, and I have other ones lined up. But how do I do it? Like I tell people, if you figure out what you want to do, there's what we call the how, the what, and the when. Right? The how of your dream, the what of your dream, and the when. When do you get it done? When do you want it done? The timing. And what are you supposed to be doing? Or what exactly do you want? And then how do you want to do it? So when you see me appear here, you might think I'm wasting my time, but it's taking me somewhere. If it's going to take me 10 years to get this right, I just have to do it. And it doesn't matter how many times I fail. It doesn't matter how many mistakes I make. For I know that those mistakes are very, very... Even when you watch my videos and you found out that I'm making some mistakes, don't you look at it that I'm getting better, right? Like I said, I want to be building a lot of wealth through this process and a lot of other process. Not only me, even you, the viewer. If you follow me and you learn some of the ideology, some of the lessons within the videos, I am telling you that you can apply it. Just copy and paste. Just copy it, apply it to that thing you are doing, that thing or you want to do. Just find a way to keep doing it. In fact, appreciate it that you fail when you try the first time. The law of average. Something somebody tried 10 times and get it right. Somebody might try the first 5 times and get it right. The same thing somebody will be trying 50 times to get it right. The same thing another person might be trying even over 100 times to get it right. Thomas Edison said he tried inventing the electric bulb 10,000 times and he failed. And amazingly, when they asked him, that's why I said it's good to learn from those who have gone the path. Me, I have so many mentors. If I start telling you, I'm not paying them kobo. I just go to their media handle, I just go to their YouTube sessions and pick any of the video that interests me on what I'm interested in and then begin to watch, and I attach myself to it. Funny enough, every night before I sleep, I have meetings with some rich people, wealthy people across the world. But in my mind, and we discuss things, we figure out ideas, and I believe so strong that these people are the one talking to me, and I'm already copying what they are doing. I don't know if you get. Thomas Edison said he failed 10,000 times. He didn't say he failed actually. When they asked him, how do you feel when you fail 10,000 times trying to invent the electric bulb me and you are using today? He said, no, I didn't fail. He didn't look at it like failure, like you are doing each time you try and not getting it right. What Thomas Edison said was, I just learned that there are 1,000 steps I need to take before inventing the electric bulb. 1,001 steps, because it was actually the 1,001 times that he got it right. Now, he said, amazingly, and that's the energy. And at times, I feel connected and draw so much energy from some of these things. How can somebody try something 10,000 times and all the person has to do or to say was that I only learned? Thank you for joining us, Comrade Usman Y. Musa. Thank you for joining us, our live session. How can somebody try something 10,000 times and failed at it and got it at the 10,001 times? And while he was asked, he passionately said that I did not fail. I only learned that there are 10,000 times to achieving this. Now, like I told you, if it will take me 10 years to achieve some of my dreams, I have them written out clearly, and I'm going. In fact, it's like a war. Like somebody said, business is like a war. And once you wake up every day, you must be ready to kill part of the things you need to kill so that you get to where you want to go to. Like I said, obstacles will come in form of failures. You try so hard. Sometimes now, the final thing I want to say here is that most of us, when we fail, we begin to point fingers. I think I've said that from the beginning of the video. It was my uncle. Like I read something somebody posted on the group, on Facebook today, at the comment section, that I can only try this kind of thing when my uncle is no longer alive. Meaning that, because it was scary actually what was displayed on the video, and he commented below that I can only try this kind of thing if my uncle is no longer alive. Means I feel his uncle is somewhere trying to control his life or control his destiny. As much as I agree that there are evils, but a lot of the evils is from you and your own mind, your own choices, your own decisions. What you do every day, your choices, the decisions you make every day, how you go about your things every day. Actually, there's a bigger devil in there. In fact, there's level you will get to in life trying something, right? There's level of failure that you will carry. Keep failing. Me, I don't believe if I fail for the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, I never believe that I am not moving. It means like, don't feel like you are not moving. You are actually moving now. If you don't fail, that's when I feel you are not moving. You need to flip some of these things. I understand it very well. Now, But for you, when you fail one twice, you think it's your uncle from the village, you think it's your somebody somewhere else. As much as possible, some of us even related that it's God that no mean it for us. No, it's possible that you have not gotten it right. You don't know what to do right. You don't know how to do it right. So once you get the steps right, you will get the results you are looking for. Do you understand? You need to obviously get these things right. Just like I'm trying to do, I'm also trying to encourage you. There's a lot you can do. The world is waiting for you. Right? The world is waiting for that your information, that your idea. The world is waiting for that thing you are thinking right now. But because you failed for the first time and you drop it, then what happened? Right? So this is an interesting topic, and I tell you that, look, learn to appreciate it when you fail. Don't be bitter. Don't feel bad. Don't think it's somebody somewhere else. There's a way that you have mastered failure, the art of failure, so much that even when failure see you, failure will run. Failure will feel like, this guy again, let me just allow him. And that's peace. Peace will reign. But, you are even afraid. You can't tell yourself the truth that you are not getting it right or you didn't get it right. Be very, very sincere to yourself. Ask yourself, did you even do it right? By the way, if you don't know you are doing it right, get somebody who will teach you how to do it right. And that's one of the ways to know that you were not doing it right. Even if you don't want to accept the fact that failing meaning you didn't do it right, then find somebody to be able to help you point it out that you didn't do it right. I don't know if you get. These are some of the ways I look at failure. And guess what? My life is becoming so amazing. Looking at money management since I started business, looking at how things are not working. Sometimes you lost so much in the market because of one silly mistake or the other. So now we realize, okay, we look at the situation critically, we learn from it. Now, okay, next time we are not doing it that way. And that's why I advise people, it is not capital you need. Sometimes you just need to use your initiative to practice one or two things. At times when you want to collect money from people to come and do business, I tell you there's every possibility that you will fail. In the first one time you try, you will fail. Don't think you will just succeed. No. That's the essence of trying fail, because definitely you will fail, because that failure is what you need to actually succeed. If you run away from it, I tell you, you are not going to be successful. I don't know if I've tried to do justice to this topic, but I've looked at so many people, their lifestyle, the successful people, they have failed so many times, and they are still failing. And guess what? The bigger failures you can gather, the more challenging your failures are, the more successful you are likely to become. That's another thing. So which means if you want to succeed well, fail well. If you want to succeed massively, big, fail big. Oh my God. You will not understand some of these things, but that's the reality. It's the reality of life. It's the reality of wealth creation. And that's what I'm doing right now. I am failing. Yes, I accept. Since Tinubu came, right? There are a lot of policies that have affected our online sales. Things are not working, but we are failing forward. We keep changing things within, we keep losing money, but those are school fees for our failures. We pay money to even learn from our mistakes, our failures, the mistakes of others that we need to correct. It's wonderful when you learn how to fail forward. I'm going to stop here, and I hope you've learned from this session. Tomorrow we are going to continue again. Today is day 27, and until we are doing this for 1,000 days, that's over 2 years, almost 3 years of my life I'll be dedicating to teaching you right here on this. Please, I have a new channel. I have a new page I've created, AA Kabir. If you are following me for the first time, I'm going to be moving to that page with time until I have 100 followers there. I think about 85 right now. You can just go there, help me, click on the page. And if you're already watching this on that page, then thank you, help me just follow the page. I need at least 100 followers there to be able to continue my live sessions on that particular page. Here I'm still using my normal account. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.